Is Trump correct when he says the United States beat Nazi Germany in World War II, or Caroline Levitt right when she says it's because of the United States that France isn't speaking German? Professor Poutine here, time for Mysteries Histories. A statement like that, from either one of them, requires context. That's so important in history, is to look at context. And there's two ways we can interpret, did the United States beat Nazi Germany? One is looking at U.S. war materiel. And in that sense, they've got something there. But if we're talking about United States boots on the ground, no, not at all. Let's look at some of the data. Between 1941 and 1945, the United States adds 24 million workers to their workforces, and they provide roughly 2/3 of all the munitions and all the war material used to attack and defeat Nazi Germany in World War II from 1941 through 1945. On New York docks, a Liberty ship is coming off the docks, one ship every 2 days. A Ford plant is producing a Liberty bomber every 2 hours. There's one Chrysler plant that produces more tanks on their own than all of Nazi Germany combined. Starting in 1940 with the Lend-Lease Act negotiated between Roosevelt and Churchill and then extended to the Soviet Union in 1941, it's the United States bullets and bombs and war material that assist in the destruction of Nazi Germany. So in that sense, yes, the United States played a major pivotal role. But if we're actually talking about who destroyed the German army on the ground, it's the Soviet Union. Starting in 1941, when the Nazis invade with Operation Barbarossa, it's the Soviet Union that grind the Wehrmacht into dust. Put this into some context. Between 1941 and 1945, between 85 and 90% of all German forces are fighting on the Eastern Front against the Soviet Union. And it's the Soviets that destroy the 6th Army at Stalingrad, and possibly the largest battle in the history of the world. It's the Soviets that destroy the German mechanized armored corps at the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in the world, which makes their blitzkrieg tactics impossible. It's the Soviet Union that is doing all the big heavy lifting. 1942 in North Africa, 1943 in Italy, 1944 in the rest of Europe. The Americans, the British, the rest of the Commonwealth forces are fighting at most 15% of the Wehrmacht. And had D-Day failed in 1944? Had D-Day not even happened in 1944? Many historians would argue that by 1946, the Soviet Union still would have defeated Nazi Germany on their own. So when we're looking at this question of, is it because the Americans that the French aren't speaking German? Caroline Levitt should have said it's because of the Russians that the French aren't speaking German. And what Trump should say is, it was a combined U.S., Soviet, British, Commonwealth effort that defeated Nazi Germany in 1945. Consider yourself updated.